Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's good to be here and I hope you're doing well. We are getting into some more fun with Terracards today here, folks. We are building with a purpose. We are on a mission. The mission, you might be asking, is what? Well, the mission is hydration. That's right, hydration. The mission is hydration. And what I mean by that is we're trying to max out on water here in this one, folks. That's right. When I say max out on water, I mean max out on water. Now, obviously, you probably have some questions. You're probably wondering, well, gee, what do you mean max out on water? Water isn't a sellable resource. How can water possibly carry you to the end game? And that is a valid point to make, my friends. Absolutely valid. I have other plans, though. There is a certain essence reward that allows you to convert your water into wine. And the wine does sell. The wine is a sellable resource. As I'm sure you're well aware, that is, of course, the miracle. And that is kind of going to be what we're going to try to, I guess, rely on, for lack of a better term. I mean, so this is definitely an interesting challenge. I think that there's something there. I think that there's feasibility there for sure. But it relies heavily on essence rewards, right? And I don't necessarily like to do challenges that rely solely on essence rewards. So we're going to have to get some kind of economic foundation to allow us to expand, right? We can't rely solely on water. So I do want to make that caveat that we cannot rely solely on water in this one, because a lot of things have to kind of fall in place. But what we can do is we can get a foundation down, and we can try to make the miracle as powerful as possible. So maybe I can kind of add an addendum to our goal here, and that is to make the miracle as powerful as possible. And we do that by getting as much water as humanly possible. There are a few key ways to get water. The primary way is the Watery Tree, folks. And you pair that up with some good wheat and some good, well, blue wheat that is, and some good sunflower action. You throw in a little bit of silo action in there, and you're sitting pretty. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to aggressively re-roll. Now I don't want it to get crazy, but ideally we're able to lock in either a water tree, a sunflower stack, a blue wheat stack, or a silo every single draw phase. So that's kind of the goal. That's kind of the vision that I have in my head for this. Not sure how this is going to go at all. I mean, we're going to be managing our income pretty closely as well. I haven't seen blue wheat yet, right? So there's a lot of things that have to fall into place to even really test the feasibility of this. But I've often thought, end game comes around and I'm making like, what, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 water per turn, and it's kind of like, what if that was our economic staple? I think success in this one suggests that we are going to be using the miracle essence reward as kind of an economic staple, right? Not necessarily a carry, but a staple. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into this, and this is as much exploratory for me as it is for you. So that's what we're doing here today, folks. And if you're new here to the channel, maybe you're just drifting by, maybe you don't even know what Terracards is, maybe you've seen a few videos but you are not yet subscribed, please consider becoming a subscriber and joining the community. I'd love to have you on board. So we're going to get started here with our first essence reward, and it's of course veganism. This is tremendous to get veganism as your first essence reward. This will obviously force me into simply crops, but that's okay because the crops are going to be doing the heavy lifting in this one, including the Watery Tree. So we're going to take veganism, and that's going to give us a really great and excellent boost to our blue wheat once we get there. Here's some silos. That's another just key item, right? Watery Tree, blue wheat, sunflower, silo. Going to be grabbing them virtually every time they pop on the field. And then we'll have a series of trash islands, I guess you could say, for lack of a better expression. Don't like to use that expression because, all cards do have a purpose. But all cards, of course, my friends, are not created equal. So we'll definitely keep that in mind as we are going along. So we did secure some blue wheat, which is tremendous. You love to secure some blue wheat. So to go along with that, we're going to throw a silo down here. We're going to throw a watery tree right here, of course. And we are going to be playing our pending blue wheat just as soon as we can. I do want to see what is stronger. So what is stronger? Is it going to be 3 adjacent surrounding sunflower islands and a single silo? Or is it double silo, double sunflower? We'll see. With the veganism, it's going to get very strong very early. So there's a huge benefit to getting it as early as possible. And as a little consolation, getting veganism as early as possible, that is. And as a little consolation, we can always just fall back on some water well action. Not going to do too much for us, of course. But that's okay. And I don't know what's going on with our watery tree. It appears as if it's broken or something. They just came out with the 1.2.10.1 update. It was kind of detailed as a hot fix, if you will. And I don't know what's going on with our watery tree. We should be getting just massive water production right now, but we are not. We are not. So, yeah, this is just baffling to me. Really, really hard to explain this one, folks. Really, really hard to explain. I mean, am I missing something here? I'm not missing anything here. It's just a weird bug glitch in the game, maybe, perhaps. Did they change the property of the watery tree? Produces water equivalent to the total production of crops on the same island. I can't go nerd mode anymore because they eliminated that. But we're seeing 176 production for all of these blue wheat plants here. And the watery tree should be getting us 2,288, but it's not actualizing in our water reserves. Very strange stuff indeed. So let's go here with some more blue wheat. I mean, this might just be a pointless run at this point if the water is broken. The water well works. Imagine that. More blue wheat. I mean, this is going swimmingly well. It's going amazing. We're getting a ton of blue wheat stacks. We're getting silos. We're getting watery trees. I mean, this is... The foundation is certainly in place to take this to the moon, but now we're going to be running into a strange water glitch. Dealer's hand, cow deluge, going wide. Could do dealer's hand. How about fix the watery tree bug that now exists, I guess? So this is a solid island for a silo here too. Again, we should be getting 6,000 water already per turn, but we're not. Confusing stuff indeed, folks. More blue wheat. I mean, we are just getting hooked up with exactly what we need. So talk about taking the wind out of your sails a little bit. I was ready to tackle this one with a great deal of energy and motivation and excitement, just to see how strong we can make the miracle whenever we get it. We get exactly what we need on the front end. And oh, how the tides change. That's all right. We'll play on and we'll see. I mean, we're not having a problem with energy production, that's for sure. So I don't know, do we transition this thing into, say, giant sunflower? Hey, there we go. Our water has fixed itself somehow. Not quite sure what caused that, but our water is fixed now. 7,192 per turn. I'm going to have to absolutely keep an eye on it, though, because I don't trust it. But that's good. You love to see that. Let's see. 3,480, 3,480, 4,320. No, it's still broken. Still just all busted up. But I suppose it's better than nothing. So yeah, we're just going all in on water here, folks. Going all in on water. Alright, so let's see, what do we have here? Let's add another blue wheat island right here. And just keep building our sunflowers around it. So I think what we're going to find here is sunflowers quickly become kind of the hot card that we're going to need lots of. But like I said, if I'm able to grab a stack of sunflowers, blue wheat, watery trees, or silos, virtually every draw phase, that's going to be what puts us over the top. I just have a feeling about it. So let's throw another silo right here, of course. Why wouldn't we? And that should effectively double our water, but it doesn't because the calculation's broken now, I guess. Let's throw another silo right here as well. Okay, so now we got a little more. It's like it's producing for some and not for others, I guess. Let's go with the giant sunflower here just to prevent the costly reroll. And I think I'm okay with just kind of skipping by. A good 750 production from the sunflower. Rabbit mill, medium fence, grapes. I mean, there is a play to transition into field grapes here too, but I don't really want to go with field grapes. Let's go with the water tank. It's just a flat water increase as well. An astonishing 50 water. What do we have so far? So blue wheat is doing some work for us for sure at 25k. That's only going to last so long. We have to begin to stack our other items here. So we could go with some beans. We could go with a fuel infuser, which will cause some crops to use fuel instead of water. We have elite cows, Dionysian rites, which is the choice here. I keep getting a silo. I think this is a good spot for it. Let's go right here with it. Although it does not increase our water at all, which is just baffling. Alright, let's throw the fuel infuser right there. Sugarcane's another structure that gets pretty beastly production. To prevent just re-rolling the entire lots, I'm just going to grab some basic wheat here. Minimally invasive. We'll throw the crusher right here with no intention to really use it, but we'll throw it there. More silos, you bet. We'll grab some more silos. And then I'll throw some small fences here. Not going to use it with anything. I just want it out of my hand, frankly. This is where a discard feature would be solid, for sure. But I don't know what that would do to the balance of the game, right? Because part of it certainly is, like, hand management, right? Deck management. I'm going to hold on to these silos for now. Could use some more sunflowers. Could use some more blue wheat. Could use another watery tree, of course. So we're going to go ahead and grab another watery tree. More blue wheat. I'll take the blue wheat over the watery tree. It's more pressing at the moment. And of course, we should be getting water with each blue wheat played there, but we're not. We're just simply not getting water. Head scratching stuff here, folks. So we get it there. I wonder what's going on with it. So if I play it here now, do I get water? I do. It's very confusing. I don't understand. I don't know if the Watery Tree, like, does it max out or something? Does the silo mess with it somehow? I don't know. Water cow, Watery Tree. Yep, you bet. I mean, this is kind of the gift that just keeps on giving here. So if we stack another Watery Tree in here. Okay. Popcorn, Blackwater, Gluttonous Feast. None of these are useful to us. Let's go with Gluttonous Feast, I suppose. We're rocking veganism. A lake. Yeah, we'll grab a lake. It's a flat water increase. Throw another silo right here. Which again should boost our water, but it doesn't. We should be getting 10,000 water from just this tree alone. And 8,400 from that. 5,200. I mean, we should be making like 50,000 water per turn right now. But we're not. Disheartening stuff here, folks. Really hard to do a water build when the Watery Tree is broken. Feels like it's the Watery Tree that's broken, doesn't it? We will persist, though. We will persist. Maybe we can kind of get an overall idea of how powerful this build could possibly be. That's what we want to assess. Another Watery Tree. Yeah, you bet. I mean, since we have such an abundance, we can just start playing them with near reckless abandon. Fuel wheat biogenerator. Fuel cow. Solar panel. More sunflowers. Absolutely. We're all over that. See if we can't get some of those bad boys in our hand here. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We have two full islands of sunflowers. We have a few more scraps in our hands. I think this is a good spot for the sunflower expansion. Something you kind of got to watch out for with the silos is you don't want to completely wall yourself in. However, this is going to be nice expansion here, for here, here, and here with blue wheat. So we'll get our Watery Trees in place. Maybe we get wheat expansion. Maybe we don't, but maybe we do. And it will allow us to populate these islands with much more haste. Definitely want to be careful of the rerolls here. So let's go with the medium fence as a non-invasive option. Just hold on to the silos for now. Melter, I'll grab that as a non-invasive option to bank a reroll. So I think this is actually a good spot for a silo. Well, it will be a good spot for a silo. That's, of course, given everything would work properly. Alright, penguin, water cow, rabbit, corn, apple tree. Do one reroll here. Biogenny. Alright. And wait a minute. Paste bloom, peanut fest. Yeah, we can go paste bloom, sure. I thought I saw the sunflower seeds from this giant sunflower here being processed. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. I didn't even think that was possible. Very interesting. Cool. I mean, you learn something new about Terracards every day there, right, folks? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I reflect back to my my mayonnaise run. That would have been a useful technique to employ there for sure. Let's check the priority. Let's see if this works. Sure does. Alright, cool. That's something that works. It's something that works. So there's that. Mill, yep, you bet. We'll make the proverbial tortillas. Water tank. Yeah, we'll grab a water tank. Water tank is a good option. Of course. In fact, we could probably get... Probably a good spot for one right here, too. Just to prop up the Biogeny. In the event that Fuel Grapes does become a play. I mean, I'm not expecting it to, really. Certainly not going for it. Probably wouldn't work anyways. But what we're trying to do here is, of course, bank up a very large repository of water, which we have. We're over the 1 million mark. Right? And then we're going to, once we get the miracle, right, that converts to wine. And then we want to see how powerful that is each turn for us. So let's keep an eye on this. Maybe it's miscalculating a little bit. We're 111 turns in and kind of feels like we have maybe more water than we should. So let's calculate this. 33,000. So this is about 1.3 million, right? So it should be 1.3333 million about estimate. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it is calculating properly. But we are being gypped on some water, folks. This bean is getting 104 production. Goodness gracious. That's a lot, man. I mean, it's being turned into bio-generated fuel, but that is a lot of beans for sure. All right, corn, solar panel. All right, so we built up some re-rolls. Let's see what we can do. I guess let's just keep rolling with the beans for sure. Never really use them. I mean, they're okay, right? They're not bad, not good, but not bad. Let's grab some grapes. I guess that is beans with veganism, of course. I mean, veganism is just very, 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 very strong. And I think we're seeing that actualize here. I mean, 544 blue wheat, right? And yeah, it's got double silo on it, double sunflower, but that's a pretty insane amount of wheat for sure. We get Arboreal Bounty. We also get wheat expansion. I mean, both are very good. If they work correctly, that is. Right? I don't have any wheat to play. Arboreal Bounty gives us an immediate bonus. So let's see what this does to our water surplus. It should double it. About. But will it? It does. Okay. That's why you go with one Watery Tree per island, with the exception of this island here. And that was just, of course, due to a surplus. Now, maybe next time around, we can secure wheat expansion. Can secure some more Watery Trees, too, for sure. In fact, why not throw it right here where the production is very high? Production's good here, too. Another couple thousand. Really wonder how much water I would have actually had, though. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a good spot for another silo. We can silo this one in as well. And we can also... So what I don't want to do is I don't want to close myself off too much. I think this is a good spot for a silo, and if we get more sunflowers, we can expand right here. We'll have a double silo spot for the blue wheat, but I mean, frankly, we just need some blue wheat, right? Here's a cross. This is tremendous. One of those cards that you absolutely want to see with a build like this. So we're going to throw that in place, and that will also effectively double our water, making 129,000. We should be making a whole lot more. But 129,000 per turn. I mean, this one Watery Tree alone should be making 36,000. 37,000 production. So what's baffling to me is the production registers, right? It just doesn't actualize in the number. I mean, 42,000, that is an insane amount of water. 4,000 there. 1,800 there. Barn, scarecrow. Let's grab a scarecrow. Fantastic chocolate factory. Let's get the bio Jenny. Throw that down on that island there. I mean, I'm wondering if you could do a wheat only run. I'm pretty sure that you can. There are so many things that can prop it up. The cross, veganism, wheat expansion, right? I might actually try that one of these days. Just a wheat only run. And this is going to be another spot for sunflowers, but we have to get sunflowers. Maybe we get wheat expansion here, or maybe we get the miracle here, folks. We're going to find out real soon. We get nothing. We get flush. I mean, flush is decent. Maybe not necessarily for what we're doing here, but I'm thinking, nah, flush is going to work against us with this current build. We've already played the cross, right? Getting 4 blue wheat instead of a full hand of blue wheat, right? So I don't really think that that's the play. We could go with bright corn, and we could use corn kind of as a secondary crop. Perhaps. That's certainly an option. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting additional islands in place for either wheat expansion or more sunflowers, right? Like that's kind of what we're looking at here. Centrifuge cow, medium fence pasture, another silo. The game is very generous with the silos today. We'll take it. That was the strategy, right? Grab a silo if you can. I guess let's go triple silo on this island here. It becomes a hot piece of real estate right there for sure. Let's see if we can't secure some sunflowers. But before we do that, let's grab a transport tube. It's completely non-invasive. Virtually useless. And let's just see the madness that occurs on this island in playing it there. Where was that tortilla going? Did you see that? Where is it going? I'm really confused by that. Alright, so what up here could possibly be consuming our tortilla? Let's take a look at this. You see what I'm saying? That seems weird to me as well. But such is another day in Terracards here, folks. Such is another day. How's everybody's day going? It is Friday where I'm at the time of recording here. I'm going to try to actually get this video out on the same day of recording. Usually I record like the night before or a day or two before and then release on a schedule, but it's been a few days since I dropped a Terracards video, and I kind of want to get it out. But yeah, it's Friday. Any big plans for the weekend? Let me know. Me personally, I'm probably going to create some content. I mean, frankly, this week has been a busy one for me. And, you know, honestly, I feel like I've fallen a little bit behind with my normal kind of content creation schedule. So there is that I'm kind of looking forward to doing. I usually hit up karaoke nights at a local establishment here where I live on Saturday nights. So definitely considering that as well. But that's, of course, Saturday night. There's some NFL playoffs on this weekend. I don't know if that's a sport that you follow. But I kind of got involved with the NFL when I was younger, and it's just something that kind of sticks with you. More Watery Tree, sure thing. So So I'll probably have that on the old agenda. This is excellent here. Wheat expansion, you bet. Now we can take this plotting that I figured out here. We can take this into the stratosphere. We're really going to be able to maximize water. And don't get it wrong, folks. I'm going until I get the miracle in this for sure. So if I have to take it to day 220, we'll take it to day 220. We typically tend to end on day 200. I have a feeling we're going to get it here real soon. Just hold on to the lake. We'll let wheat expansion do its thing. We're up to 159. I mean, this should be... Yeah, this alone is 100 or 11,000. Shows you how much that sunflower really does for production bonuses, right? Pretty crazy. Let's see if we can get another sunflower here. It'd be great. What do you say, game? You feeling generous? Feeling generous with the melters, that's for sure. But yeah, so that is my Saturday. For Sunday, I don't know, probably a little more of the same. We'll kind of see. Sometimes I like going into the weekend without a particular plan. But please do let me know what you're doing this weekend, especially if it's something that is interesting. Or maybe if it's not interesting too. Well, let me know. I like hearing from this community. I know your favorite mayonnaise. I know your favorite chocolate bar. I know who prefers ice cream with pie and who doesn't. Ice cream with pie, though. I tell ya, that's solid. All right, so I'm just trying to kind of clear my hand out here, right? Man, this olive tree just alone gets 40 production with arboreal bounty and veganism. That's crazy. Just alone olive tree, 40 production. More than I would have thought, that's for sure. I think we can re-roll here. A whole bunch of nothing. I mean, I'll go with the mill. Just because it's only one building. And then I don't have to, sit around here trying to buy an island to play it and so on and so forth. I'm really curious where the beans and tortilla are going, though. Did I, figure something out? Are we gonna have, tacos in the new update? And they have the framework for it there? Where it's gonna use the beans and the tortilla? I don't know what's going on here. It's like flying. And I feel like I just encounter something new every day here, folks, with this game, for sure. But it's early access. We have the 1.3 release imminent. Not sure when, but imminent. And yeah, nerd stuff has been removed. So you actually can't even go in here anymore and toggle the nerd stuff on. So that's interesting. They changed they did something with the resolution as well. So I used to be able to record my screen here to create a video. Used to be able to do that a little easier. Now I have to not use full screen mode. So there's a few things going on for sure. And it's kind of interesting. I hope it gets rectified for sure. So it would be a shame, folks, to come this far and not get a single trace of the miracle. So let's be patient. I guess let's grab a friendly water cow. Could use some more sunflowers, of course. Definitely not shy about hooking up the blue wheat. The watery trees have been very, very abundant as well. And somehow we are now losing water per turn. Been watching it. It just went down. So let's keep our eye on this. I mean, we have 10 million water. Would hate to kind of say that this video just might end up being inconclusive because the Watery Tree's all goofy, but that might end up being the conclusion that we come to. Mill, fuel peanuts, Biogenny, just another Biogenny. Antenna. Let's pay the 3 mil. We're going to be able to get to day 200 without an issue for sure. But I am, of course, interested in what we're going to get on day 200 for, in essence, reward. Hopefully we can get the miracle, and then we can take a close look at the wine. Because so far, it is the blue wheat that is carrying us, for sure. 263k per turn in blue wheat, that's insane. I feel like I should just do a wheat run. I mean, especially blue wheat with that boosted production. I think if you could get enough of them, you could have a lot of success. But it's all about getting enough of them for sure. Beans here. Giant carrot. Do I want to play the giant carrot? No, definitely not. Another biofuel generator, goodness gracious. This game is just hooking up like a field grapes build for sure. Field grapes without the field grapes, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, blue wheat. Yeah, we'll take some more blue wheat, of course. Here's a solid spot for it right here. I definitely want to be careful about the expansion, given that we lost water recently. Hard to explain why. I mean, this blue wheat should not be costing water. It doesn't cost water, but it's costing water. It doesn't cost water, it costs energy. Corn costs no water, but it uses energy. So that's just corn. I don't understand what's going on. And more importantly, why blue wheat now costs water? I don't get it. Help it make sense to me, folks, please. I feel like I'm just flailing around in the dark here. Excuse me? Energy spring. So now this will completely defeat our water production and surplus. Let's go black water. I mean, we might not even be able to make it to the next round here. I don't want to blame it on glitches, but it's definitely due to glitches. Do I have another watery tree in my hand? I do not. Let's see if we can take this to day 220. More sunflowers. That's a pretty little plant to get. All right, so let's go with some blue wheat here then. I mean, I absolutely think you could get to day 200 easily with just blue wheat. I mean, we pretty much did here. Instead of like a water run, this is more like a blue wheat run, right? Because the blue wheat's the star of the show for sure. In fact, we owe a lot of money in 2 days, and we're just not going to make it. I didn't necessarily pre-flight this idea, folks. I mean, I know the mechanics of the Watery Tree, right? We all do. We all love the mechanics of the Watery Tree. It makes it very strong. Makes it an excellent and lovely card to use. Makes it a fan favorite for sure. But when the mechanics change, and it suddenly doesn't work anymore, and then we don't get the essence reward we're looking for, I mean, just calculate this quick, right? So that's 1,000. So we have 6,000 right here, right? That's 10,000, so 16,000. That's 20,000, so 36. This is 20,000, so 56. Looks like we have, what, 17 each of these? So 36, so that's 72 there. And I lost count, but we're being shorted on water for sure. I mean, 34,000, 32, 32. So that's 90. That's almost 100,000 right here in just these three. Another 34. Yeah, I mean, we're being well shorted on water for sure. So I don't know what's going on with the calculation. I've already kind of made that observation. But just as sort of a little case study, perhaps, for the developers to take a look at. Because if you break the Watery Tree, man, we're going to have some thirsty crops and some thirsty animals as well. Especially on my farms, because I love that Watery Tree. But yeah, that is going to be about it. I mean, what we did is we took it to day 200. What I was able to do is build a very strong water foundation that was kneecapped by glitches. Would have loved to have gotten the miracle and seen how it kind of turned out. I probably won't be titling this video, you know, anything to do with like trying to max water. I don't know. We'll figure out how I'm going to title this video. That will be the challenge for me because we didn't really break the game with water. Don't know if it's possible. What I do know is wine sells for 20 gold, right? So 20 gold, or sorry, 30 gold, but it takes 20 water and it converts it to wine. So we do have a lot of production here. So allow me to calculate this here real quick. So we have 13,449,806 water in reserve, right? So divide that by the 20 water. That's 672,490. Okay? Times 30 gold per unit of wine, and that is $20 million. Yeah, never mind. That would have been real nice. $20 million would have been real nice there, folks. So you actually can take it pretty far, for sure. And 168,601, which is our inaccurate water surplus. You divide that by 20. 8,430 times 30 gold. That's 253,000 per turn in just water. I mean, the math kind of checks out here, folks. I think it's super feasible. You just got to get the miracle. And again, it's one of these challenge runs or focus runs that rely on an essence reward. And this is why I don't necessarily like to rely so heavily on just one essence reward, because sometimes you simply don't get it. I think we have exposed a deeper problem here, though, and that's the Watery Tree calculation. It just doesn't seem to be working. So I will raise this up with the developers, of course. And I'm going to get out of here while I do that. So I do appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you enjoy the Terracards content, please consider becoming a subscriber. Love to have you in the community. I do play some other games too, like Tiny Rogues. And honestly, like, I'm just new, right? Like, I'm a new content creator here. Still kind of trying to get my footing and my feet wet here in this space. And I'd highly appreciate any recommendations, right? What games do you want to see? What games do you like? What games are you playing? What games interest you? Obviously, I've seen all the craze about Pal World as well, right? That game has taken the internet by storm, like, quite literally. It's kind of exciting because, you know, I did grow up playing Pokemon, right? So that's an interesting little wrinkle, and yeah, maybe I'll jump into that. Maybe I'll start live streaming. Very flexible here. So you, as a community member, let me know what you want to see. With that said, folks, I am hopping out of here. Sorry this one didn't quite work out the best, but I still think we had some fun, and we exposed a problem with the Water Tree. So this challenge really wouldn't be feasible anyways. Although it would have been with 13 million water reserve. Regardless, I'm getting out of here, folks. I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you so much. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.